Alright there people, what's up, it's Alpha, and as you can see we're playing something slightly different today. We're going to be doing some of the CoD2 mods, well not necessarily CoD2, it's more Black Ops 3 mods, but this time we're going to be taking a look at the mod where you can actually have CoD2 weapons in Black Ops 3, and what I mean by that is, as you can see here, we're using some of the World War II weapons, the original World War II weapons from CoD2. Now I didn't originally play CoD2 because I think there were two different versions of CoD2. There was the Xbox version, which is where these weapons are from, and there was also a GameCube version, I believe, and maybe it was also on PS2, where it was called Big Red One. It was called Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, and that was the version I played because I originally had a GameCube. And I played Big Red 1, and Big Red 1 was a really fantastic game. I never played the original CoD 2, as I said, the Xbox version, so I don't know how good that game was, but according to a lot of people it was probably, it was really, really good. That's what they say. So these weapons, I'm sure if you play CoD 2 you can recognise these weapons, because the modder here has done a fantastic job of porting these weapons over to Black Ops 3 here, because often, you know, in the past when we've used like mod tools like the World at War mod tools, people have tried to port over weapons before, but often what a lot of the time they do is they forget to, they put across the actual weapon model, but they forget to port across all the actual codes that comes with it, like the audio sounds and the transition noises and things like that. And it doesn't really feel the same as using the original weapon. But what the modder's done really well here is that he or she, I don't know who made this, but they've managed to port across all the other code as well, so it feels like you're actually using the original weapon here in Black Ops 3. And I think that's really, really good how they've done that, because I don't think I've ever played on a mod before they've actually managed to do that. So I think props off to whoever the modder is that they've who's made this, because that's a really really good thing that they've managed to port across all the other code as well as the actual weapon model. So the other thing you can probably tell is that we're using, or not necessarily using, but we're playing on the map Dust 2. Now Dust 2 is from Counterstrike, I believe. I know it's in CSGO, I'm not sure if it's in any of the other Counterstrike games. And I've never actually played CSGO myself. I've heard it's a really good game though, so maybe I'll try it at some point, but I don't know. And yeah, so I've never actually played Dust 2 before. I think it's a pretty simple map. I mean, from what I played here, it's pretty simple. This was my first time actually playing it, what you're seeing here. So it looks pretty simple. I don't think it's anything too complex. Obviously, I don't really know where all the spawns are and everything, but I was able to have a pretty good game here. As you can see, I'm just running around here, and it just goes to show how far we've come ever since the World at War mod tools, where we're pretty much just making like Nacht und Toten style zombie maps. We've come all this way to incorporating maps and guns from other games all into Black Ops 3 here. And the other thing is that this is actually probably a sign of a lot of things to come, because if you think about it, CoD 2 is a pretty early game, and as such the coding is probably quite easy to transfer across because there's probably not much of it, and even then it's probably like really simple lines of code. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, that's just how I'm guessing, because obviously I'm no game developer, but I'm just guessing that it's probably quite easy to transfer code from these earlier games, and then as the games get more advanced, that's when it probably becomes harder to incorporate things from other games here into Black Ops 3. So the fact that we have a CoD2 Weapons mod here indicates probably that we're going to be seeing some other weapon mods from future CoD games, like maybe the two I think would be really good would be Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2, because they were both really popular games in some of the weapons that they had. So if we could see maybe Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2 weapons coming into Black Ops 3 soon as part of like a mod package that we see here like with CoD 2, then I think that would be really, really good. And especially if we started remaking some of the other maps, like for example Modern Warfare 2, we've already got Rust, so maybe if we could make some other maps, like Estate was a map that I really enjoyed, Afghan, Terminal. I think we've already got Terminal as well, so I don't think Afghan's been remade yet. But if we start incorporating these other maps, and obviously I'm not a modder yet, but it's something that I'm looking into perhaps doing in the future. So if we are able to remake these maps as a community, I think that would really get the mod tools going again, because I don't know if anyone else thinks this, but I don't think the mod tools have taken off as much as I thought they would before they were released. Whether it's just because of, you know, the whole fiasco with Infinite Warfare not being a very popular game, and as a result of that, people have just switched from all CoD games pretty much and gone over to other games like Battlefield and Titanfall. Whether it's just that or not, I don't know. It just feels like that the mod tools haven't really been as popular recently as I thought they would have done, because, you know, we haven't had mod tools before Black Ops 3. We didn't have mod tools since World at War, and that was since like what, 2008, so it was a really long time ago. So I'm surprised that these mod tools haven't really become as you know, as popular as they perhaps should have been. As I said, maybe it's because of Infinite Warfare and it's turned a lot of people off of CoD and they've gone to other games, that maybe the mod tools haven't become as sensationalized, I guess you could say, as they should have done. So I think in the future we're going to be seeing a lot more, you know, mods and things coming out along the lines of perhaps, you know, maps and different weapon mods like we're seeing here and I talked about a minute ago. And I think this perhaps could, you know, get people back into playing the Black Ops 3 mods. Obviously, you know, hardly anyone, well, at least if you compare it to the console sales, the PC sales of Black Ops 3 were really low. So I guess it already puts it at a kind of disadvantage at that, because, you know, not many people bought Black Ops 3 for the PC. So, you know, naturally player counts on the mod tools are going to be quite low, but I think perhaps if we start seeing some, you know, more, as I was talking about earlier, perhaps more weapon mods and more zombie maps and multiplayer maps being ported over into Black Ops 3, that's when we'll start seeing, you know, more people talking about and playing with the Black Ops 3 mod tools here, because they are so much fun. I mean, there's almost an endless supply of content on the Steam marketplace. I mean, there's new content being added every single day, and it almost feels like every single day I'm going on there and downloading new maps and things. You know, I've just got so many different maps and mods saved up on my my hard drive, just ready to record. I've just got so many that I never get around to recording them all. And this was one of the newer ones I actually downloaded. Actually, this weapon mod and Dust. I know, actually Dust 2 I downloaded a long time ago, but the weapon mods was one that I downloaded quite recently. So perhaps in the future, hopefully we're going to be seeing more of Black Ops 3's mods coming through, and hopefully people are really going to figure out how to make the most out of these mod tools, and by doing that we'll be able to see a lot of better maps and better mod packages and things like that, because I know we do have some really talented modders out here in the community. Like back during the days of CoD 4 and World at War, which were the only other two games I believe in CoD's history that had mod tools, some of the modders were actually so good that they ended up actually getting hired by some of the CoD studios like Infinity Ward and Treyarch. So in total, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of these mods coming back, and we're going to be seeing a lot of better content being released in terms of Black Ops 2 mod tools, and I'm really looking forward to it, and you know, posting here on my channel, because it's a lot of fun playing it, and I hope it's a lot of fun to watch. So until next time everyone, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say for now. So until next time, peace out.